Cummin, I'm from Arthuronline. I will try and make this an exciting 10 minutes. We're basically online property management, and in the words of Henry Royce, which actually probably said it better than I have here, strive for perfection in everything you do, take the best that exists and make it better. Right, let me fill you in about how Arthur came about. Arthur is mobile property management, and it is on the mobile, and it works, and it's doing everything it's supposed to do. We spent about 2.5 years developing it. It is a platform empowering property managers, letting agency tenants and contractors. What it does is it connects everybody. And Arthur started life because there was a need. There are 4 of us who set Arthur up, and collectively we own 60 or 70 of our own properties, and we manage properties for other people. And we were absolutely sick to death in handling management issues when you're, I don't know, you're stuck on top of a hill somewhere and there's a problem with a tenant, and it happens on Christmas Eve and there's a problem with the tenant and you can't find a contractor. And we're just all sitting there thinking, we've got to sort this out. And if there's a need for us, there's got to be a need for other people as well. So who are we? We're basically 4 directors. There's myself, who's got a technical background, my wife was an letting agent, sold that to us a few years ago, and Mark Rochelle, who are property developers. So effectively, we have the skill sets to put this thing together. Why did we bother? Because there's a need, and there's nothing out there yet. Of course, I live in fear, but one day it will be, so it's going to be fast. This is the world of technology. There's nothing out there where you literally can manage your portfolio from your iPhone. And I'm talking about statistics, I'm talking about all the stuff to do with rent arrears, all the stuff to do with jobs that aren't being done, tenants who are sending messages, check-ins, check-outs, the whole thing collectively, not an element of it, all of it. The other reason is there's massive pressure on letting and managing agents know before. Everybody now, we've been victims of it ourselves. Well, I don't say we've been victims, we've been exposed to it. You've clearly, these days, got to demonstrate best practice policies. There's got to be auditability, there's got to be transparency, and there's got to be real-time consistent communication. So I'll give you an example. What Arthur does, one of the things Arthur does, is every user group has an app. It's actually the same app, but it just looks different depending on how you log in. So a tenant might come along and log an issue. And that issue is identified to the property manager, who also has an app, same one, just configured differently, and that can automatically get routed to the contractor. So you're dealing with trusted trader, tenant, it's that type of situation. So the tenant can log something, and if you put it in automated mode, which you probably wouldn't do unless it's an emergency, the tenant would log something, the contractor in his white van, whichever is the most appropriate contractor for that job, and all the algorithms to select contractors are in there, we'll get the alert, he can accept the job, he's put in touch with the tenant, all the communication happens automatically, and there's auditability everywhere you look. And of course, the property manager, if he wants to, just now starts to manage by exception. So Arthur originally started life just handling work orders and workflow and pulling them together. And we wanted it for ourselves, because we do privately, we probably do 80 or 90 jobs a week. And it was just a pain in the neck to manage it. And when we designed Arthur, we designed it from mobile first. It wasn't a web application for all price, we were going to do a mobile app. We did the whole thing from mobile. Of course, the beautiful thing about it is this auditability. So if the tenant raises an issue, it's tracked, then there's a whole audit of what's going on every party involved in that particular workflow can handle. Am I making sense? Cool. So we then thought, where's our market? Well, we've really got 2 markets for Arthur. The first market is your semi-professional landlords who might have 5 or 10, 20 properties, or perhaps even more, who doesn't use an agent, they do everything themselves. And they're normally the ones that have got boats in the south of France and this sort of stuff. And they basically just want to know what's going on. And they want to manage things themselves, and they're always on the go. Some of them could be working, and they're having a real-time, full-time day job. And as you say, they're on the bus, they're on the train, and they just want to authorise something and get it done. But what's also happening is, of course, you've got letting agents as well, or managing agents. Now, putting Arthur into a managing agent isn't really... The smaller managing agents would look at it because it's also got full accounting on it. It deals with all the client accounting as well. So you could take this and you could put it into a small managing agent, and they'd be, perhaps anything up to 3 offices. Because the whole thing is cloud-based, you could deal with it. But what we're also finding, 5 minutes. I thought you said it was get right. But the other thing is we designed Arthur to be modular from day one. From a technical perspective, it's designed to be able to almost be a limpet to other systems. And what we're finding now is some of the big agents who've got incumbent systems, and they're not going to change. Why the hell would you? If you've got a system that's doing accounting that's working properly and it does everything you want, you're not going to come and put something free on the end of it. But what we're finding now is a lot of the bigger companies are trying to write their own portals. They're trying to encourage their tenants to log things online. Everybody is exposed to this best practice issue. And everybody needs exposure. They need tenants to know what's going on. They need landlords to know what's going on. And what we're finding now is some of the bigger companies, we're putting Arthur in as an overlay that integrates with their systems. So their core system says they are. And instead of them having to write portals with tenants and writing portals with landlords, Arthur can go in, and because of its design and where we've done the technology, it can basically link into to what they do. So basically, I've got nice pictures of the video. So this isn't vaporware, this stuff is out there and it works. It's real. So basically, you have an app with Property Manager, which is what I've got on my phone here, and it shows you everything that's going on, what situation, properties, tenancies, work orders, somebody mentioned viewings, contacts, messages. It's literally all there, and you wander around and you're as a property manager, and there's another screen here, which of course no one can see, which is all the key performance indicators, stuff coming up for renewal, overdue rents, all that sort of stuff. So literally, Mark, wherever he is, Mark's where he was, oh there he is. Mark just basically sits and startups most of the time dealing with it. Property owner has an app, you can see what's going on. There's more and more now get situations where property owners want to authorise quotes. They want to see the quotes, so they can deal with it. Some of the letting agents don't want their property managers to have exposure to an app because they're doing the job. Is that 3 minutes? So I get that and I'm worried about.
I'm an American, I do it the other way.
The contractor. Contractors love it because they're on the go, they see what's going on, and of course what they can do is they can accept a job, they can complete a job, and the lovely thing about contractors is when they complete a job, they can also press a button and do a bill, and the bill goes straight to the main system. So we spent 2.5 days writing it. We use it as a test bed on a property. Obviously we're North London based, we have lots of exposure to lots of agents, so we've got lots of friendly users, if you like. And we're now at a point where we've got about 2,000 people on it now, and we're pretty much at a point now where we're pushing it forwards. And of course the other thing is the tenant. The tenant logs in, the minute the tenant signs a contract, they get an email, they can download the app, and of course they can see everything about their property, they can see everything about their tenancy agreement. The 86 phone calls you get when a tenant moves in saying, where's the stock clock, where's this, where's that, can I have the manuals for this, can I how does the washing machine work? I mean, we've all been there. Well, they just have documents, and they click on it, and all the documents are sitting there. So the tenant loves it, it gives better service all round, there's complete visibility of what's happening, and if the tenant wants to renew, they can renew. It just takes all of the phone calls and the hassle out of it. For a property manager, we reckon the outputs, the throughput per property that a property manager can now take with this could probably double or triple because you're running by exception and you're not having to get involved in communication because the whole thing's transparent. Cool.